Good morning, Scott. How are you?
I'm fine, and you might be saying good morning to Scott Lytle, so I wasn't sure.
Scott MacDonald.
Doing great. Hey, I don't know how it's looking in Sun Valley this morning, but it is an absolutely beautiful summer morning in SoCal. And
You know, it's a bluebird day here in the mountains, sunny and blue skies, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we're on our way to Southern California Thursday. Going to be there 4 or 5 days, and it looks like you guys are having some amazing weather. We're looking forward to it.
out of my mountain bike this morning, seeing the hawks flying around, and just so beautiful.
Amazing. We'll wait just a few minutes till we get some population here. Dr. Fabian, I see you're on with us. Wonderful to see you with us.
Likewise, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great this morning. I tell you, I love being an hour ahead of you guys. I get so much done in the mornings before my phone start ringing. It's fabulous. And you're 2 hours ahead of the Newport group. So you've got even more advantage to get things done.
That's pretty scary, John, because you're an early riser already.
Well, John, now that we know you're up, we don't have a problem to call then, right?
I don't mind. I don't mind. In fact, you don't know how many times I've almost hit the text button to you, Jerry and Scott, and said, "Oh, geez, if their phone's on, I'll wake them up." It's like 3:30 in the morning their time.
No, you can always text.
All right. Well, we've got a good group with us this morning, so let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to start by just saying, what a great time to be a part of Agent Inc. I mean, you look around at all that's happening in our world. So many companies are laying off, pulling back, especially the companies that had big mortgage divisions that were involved in, had built up for the refi boom. And you're seeing all this in the headlines every day of them laying off and cutting back. And we are just coming out of the chute. We spent the last 3.5 years building what I believe is the most valuable platform in the world for brokerage, and put a lot of work into it. Our team has got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this platform. And now we're just launching it. And I just think the timing could not be better because, we're growing exponentially into all these different states and now countries. And the headlines for most other companies that they're having to lay off and pull back. So it's just a wonderful opportunity for us. I don't think that God could have timed our launch any better than right now. So we're super excited about it. And so many exciting things going on. I don't know if you saw the graphic that Lauren put out, but we are number one, where we're based out of. Trin Graphics came out showing that we're like 3 times the volume of any other brokerage based out of Corona del Mar. So that's fun. It's good to be number one. And I hope you guys all use that graphic because it's powerful. It shows how much volume we're doing right there in our nucleus. And how many of you have seen the last issue of Elevated Magazine? It's awesome. Like, each one gets better and better. This one is our best. And I've been handing them out and mailing them out. We're beefing up our distribution, both digitally and mailing. We're starting to hit some of the neighborhoods on the coast. The Strand will be getting it, Shady Canyon, some of the Bayfront Islands. Andrea's given us a great list in Texas. Adrian's given us a great list up in Washington State. So you're going to start to see both mail distribution and digital distribution for, I think, the best magazine that's out right now. I'm biased, obviously, but I hope you're as proud of it as I am. And one of the cool things we're doing is the digital distribution of that is just exploding. We were able to get a list of the Forbes billionaires. And so we're pushing the digital distribution out to all the billionaires. And so, when you're in a listing presentation, say, gosh, we're probably the only company that I know of that can get a 2, 3, 4 page spread on a really nice house and get it in front of all the billionaires in the world. So we're just doing some really, really cool stuff with Elevated Magazine. We the executive team is working so hard on our public launch. We have bought a public shell. The audits are now finished. It's in the hands of the SEC, and we should be trading publicly very soon. So that's something that we've worked so hard for. It's not an easy thing to do. Most companies will not do it, but we wanted to share the ownership of our company with each and every one of you, help you build towards an equitable exit whenever you decide to retire. That's something Scott and I have always wanted to provide through our brokerage company. And so we're just excited to see that vision come to reality. We're getting closer and closer. And, our growth, we were just talking about our growth. We have a mantra, 50 states, 50 countries in 50 months. And guys, I'm excited that we're really, I actually think we're gonna be ahead of schedule in the US. If you look at that map, of course, we're live in California, we're live in Washington, recruiting agents, putting listings into Brokerment, same thing in Texas, and just super excited. We've found our brokers for Nevada and Florida. We had so many people apply for Florida and now Nevada, but guys, it allowed us to really sift through a lot of amazing talent and just find the best of the best that we think can really help optimize our positions in Florida and Nevada. So we're actually, those entities are live. We're applying through the Departments of Real Estate with those two brokers' licenses. And we'll start to recruit for Nevada and Florida. I'm so excited about those two marketplaces. I mean, Florida is just as big as California. And of course, there's a lot of people heading that way. So I think it's important for Agent Inc. to be doing business in both Nevada and Florida. We're super excited about that. You'll see on that map our targeted growth for 2022 just inside the United States. And we've got great, my afternoon schedule is full of interviews today for brokers in Colorado, Utah and Arizona. So we're rapidly developing this out across the United States. And Dr. Fabian, who's with us this morning, we're so excited. He's going to help us tackle our first international division. We're going into Mexico, right, Dr. Fabian? He's muted.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully sooner than better, but we're already working on that at a fast pace.
I get an email probably every other day from one of our agents saying, who do we have in Cabo? Who do we have in Mexico City? Who do we have in these different places? So we're just excited to get that piece in place, because there's obviously, I saw an article from Inman this morning saying so many Californians are fed up with the politics in California that a lot of them, we have a lot of people moving down to Mexico just to find a relaxing spot there on the ocean front. And so we want to be able to serve that flight. So Agent Mortgage is something that I'm super excited about. We've got some true talent, Patty and Dylan. You'll hear us talk a lot about Patty and Dylan. We're just so thrilled with them, so thrilled with their experience. And they're doing a great job of building out from scratch Agent Mortgage. We plan on taking that all across the nation. So we'll have Agent Mortgage licensed in 50 states. And boy, they're doing a great job. I said it's just an exciting time to be with Agent Inc. And a lot of it is our people, right? I mean, I get excited to get up every day and talk to Lauren and talk to Layla and talk to Katie and Rachel. And I mean, I think, I've always been a marketing guy, and having a marketing division that's world-class is just so important to me. And I'm just thrilled to say that we have that, and to see it in motion, and to see how caring and thoughtful and thorough that our marketing department is being, and our branding. We work with Joao every week. In fact, he just sent over some stuff this morning, but building on our graphic standard, building on all our communications, all the things we're pushing out. It's being done by one of the top 3 graphic artists in the world. And I love that, because our brand is not It's not losing its meaning. It's not losing its message. It's not being diluted. It's building every day with the people who built it with a vision at the helm, working on it every single week. So you'll just see our brand get stronger and stronger from a marketing standpoint. And then our transaction support. I mean, you cannot beat Mike Taylor for helping you with the detail of a transaction, keeping you out of trouble, wondering what you should do in certain scenarios. I lean on him all the time. I've been doing this 35 years, but I tell you, it's such a luxury to have Mike and Scott. Scott's incredible. Not only is Scott detail oriented, but he's enthusiastic. So he'll help push people over the finish line. And these two guys, and then David Cabot as well. If you ever need to reach out to David, you talk about a guy that ran the whole West Coast for Berkshire Hathaway is our consultant. So David's there to help us too. So you look at our transactional support, our marketing support. I mean, it's just great. It's just great to be with Agent Inc. And I get excited to work with these people every day, and I hope you do too. And speaking of world class, Kim Ornelas, Danielle, and Thomas are just doing an amazing job with our escrow and our ranch division, vineyard division. I mean, what a cool thing, right? So to work with a company that has real pros in charge of those, and if you ever come across those opportunities, don't miss them. Use our commercial division, use our ranch division, use our vineyard division to make sure you make that extra commission this year. And you ask yourself, well, why is Agent Inc. doing so well? Why are we exploding? Why are we growing when so many people are kind of pulling back right now? And I would say to you that it's because our focus from day one was building a great platform for you. So if you, as a broker or as an agent for Agent Inc., if you're always our number one priority, if your productivity is our number one priority, and we build a platform that's sustainable, which we have, then we will continue to grow in the face of whatever winds blow in our face or whatever adversity we find out there. We have a platform that'll mainstay and continue to be best of class. So we want to thank you, because without you, there would be no Agent Inc. And we always want to reassure you that you are our focus. Helping you become the best version of yourself is what drives us every day. And it's just so incredible to see people see that spark, to understand that's what we're doing, and to join us throughout all these different geographies, states, and now countries. So guys, I'm excited. I've never been more excited to see this vision that Scott and I had early on really now come to life and bloom. And it's just an exciting time to be with Agent Inc. And I hope you feel it. And it's just, it's going to get more exciting every day here for a while. And anyway, I'll quit boasting, but Scott, turn it over to you to talk about what's happening in the marketplace.
John, thanks. And I'm enthusiastic, like you just said, because I've lived this so many years. You mentioned 30, whatever years you've been in the business. I've been in a few more years than you have. And I look back, and every year was a good year. It didn't matter if the market was going up, going down. It didn't matter, because the reality is we deal with people and everybody has to live somewhere. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing ever to know that the constant demand for what we do isn't changing. And by the way, when the market adjusts like it is, now the consumer is going to care more about who they're investing their commission dollars with. And that's where you and your company can now share a story that means more than ever. And John, you mentioned we're the number one firm based out of Newport, Corona Del Mar. Well, Corona Del Mar by a long shot. And that track record and that legacy of success helps all of us in the living room today. When someone says, why should I hire you and your company? We've got an amazing story to tell. And predominantly, we have a legacy of success that goes back to being ranked the number one agent team in the world for 5 consecutive years per Real Trends in the Wall Street Journal. That's ridiculous. But if you aren't ready to share the good news of how we can bring this amazing track record to your client's success, which is all they care about, then it's all for naught. If you don't share it, they don't know. And so, I mean, I'm loving this adjusting market where our skills matter, our marketing matters, our brand matters, our legacy of success. And if you don't have your strong personal track record yet, where, hey, I do this and that, you can talk about the team track record because you are a legitimate part of this team. You're wearing the jersey. This is your identity. This is your team. And so, John, thank you, because most of this team success, I'm taking credit for it today, but you created it. I didn't, but that's okay. I don't mind. I love having that identity, and I love boasting about what our team has accomplished. Hey, everybody knows a team will outperform an individual every day of the week, and we get to share that. So Lauren emailed me a few minutes ago going, hey, I didn't get your outline for the meeting notes. So I'm going to just talk for a second about a mindset issue. I'm going to ask Deborah Linden a few questions about a ridiculous success that she just had, and then only a talking point or two on the market, because Mike Taylor is going to have some great market stats for us this morning. So already with the shift in the market, there are so many of your colleagues that they're not sure anymore that there's opportunity for them in this market. They're saying, oh my gosh, what happened? It's slowing down and prices aren't skyrocketing anymore. I don't know. I didn't do that great when the market was growing. Now my chances are less. That's just not true if you believe it. And look back when I started in this business, my first year, I did what I was coached to do, go hold open houses every weekend. I did. Contact that, build rapport, get their contact information. So I literally did that every weekend. The end of the year, I realized that all these amazing contacts that I had, only a couple of them bought a house from me. And I thought, this has got to change. So I started the next year realizing that my focus didn't need to be just getting their contact information, making a friend, all this, gee, this is great. They love me. They're going to work with me. I went into the open house with a mindset that I'm here not just to connect with these people, I'm here to sell them a house. And with just that slight shift in mindset, for the next 6 months, for the next year, my conversion rate just went through the roof because I was there with a new intention and belief and commitment that I'm not just here to meet them. I'm here they have a need. That's why they're there. I love that. People just don't go to open house for sport. A few, there's neighbors and all, but most of them don't. I'm here because these people are looking for a house and I'm going to be the one to find them one. And that shift in my mindset exploded my results from open house. That's your opportunity right now in this market. But I guarantee you, if you go through the exercises that are the right exercises and activities, but your head is not in the place, these people need help and I'm going to be the one to help them, it just isn't going to happen. So this is just a huge opportunity for all of us right now. Don't follow the herd. Don't buy into the market opportunities are going down. There are people going into real estate in 2022 that are just going to kill it. And there are a lot of people coming into real estate in 2022. And there's a lot of veterans in this business that they're just not. They're just going to kind of, well, I had a decent run. I get it. That's life. We do not have to participate in a coming recession. We do not have to participate in a downturn where the actual pie is shrinking a little bit with pending sales closing. You do not have to participate. John just talked about how our company's not participating. That is where your focus needs to be. That's where your head needs to be. And hey, we're all here to help you every day. The beauty of being around people that have that focus, that are just growing because they know the opportunities there. Get caught up in that. Hang around those people. Talk to those people every day, and you'll get caught up in that growth, in that power, in that mindset. Okay. Deborah Linden, Agent Spotlight. Deborah's one of my heroes. She's been working with us since the beginning. Single mom. Just, no support. Somebody's got to mute, please. So Deborah's showing up. Single mom, supporting 2 kids, living in Newport Beach, and has done it. I mean, there's been days I've talked to Deborah and she's just ready to to say, I can't do this anymore. But Deborah, you are a rock star. You have thrived, and you just had a recent closing last week. Share for a minute how that came about, because we can all learn from that. Deborah, are you with us? I should have asked before I started talking.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
And by the way,
Okay, so,
could everybody please mute so we can hear? Thanks. Go ahead,
okay, so Rick Colson sent an email out last week, and he said how cold calling can make you $89,000 a day. And I absolutely agree with Rick, because I did cold calls for 30 minutes. I just closed with an $81,600 commission. So I had a buyer looking in a specific building, and there were no units. I went through the MLS and called on some expireds, and I Googled homeowners, and I got a hold of a homeowner, and the voicemail said, don't leave a message here because we won't check it. Call our cell phone. I said, well, unfortunately, I don't have your cell phone. This is Deborah Linden, and I left my message. The very next morning, he called and said, well, you know, actually, we might sell. And we closed the property in 11 days, and I got my client a price that was ridiculous compared to the rest of the market. So never in my wildest dreams did I think that 30 minutes of phone calls would produce something like this. So I commend Rick for his message last week, because I just experienced it myself. And I've been in real estate since 2006, and it's probably my proudest accomplishment to date. I just feel elated. I feel like I was able to accomplish something that didn't seem possible at the time. And, you know, part of the reason why I've been with Agent Inc. since 2017 is because of you, Scott. Your support, your interaction with every agent in the office. You're always there to listen. You're always there for advice, and I appreciate that so much. And part of being on this team is sharing our wins and sharing our positive experiences so other agents can do the same.
That is, congratulations, Deborah. That's why I'm so proud of you, and you've overcome so much adversity. Well deserved, and thanks for sharing. And you know, like John said earlier, we have a whole team here at Agent Inc., leaders in the company, top agents that are so willing to do what Deborah just said. They'll help you, they'll encourage you, they'll talk to you, they'll brainstorm with you. That's the power that we have as a team. Deborah, thank you. Good.
You're welcome.
We're going to
Thank
build
you.
on momentum. I'm going to just a couple seconds on market stats, because I'm going to let Mike really cover more of that today. In SoCal right now, active listings about 24,500. We started the year under 10,000, so we've seen an increase. So 3-year average on listings in SoCal is about 40,000 agents. So even though we've had a big rise, we're nowhere near the 40-year average, still almost half. Days on the market, 52 days right now. It's still a hot seller's market. Put this into perspective for your buyers that think they're going to go work this great deal here, because 60 days and under is a hot seller's market. 60 to 90 is a seller's market. 90 to 120 is a balanced market. Over 120, it becomes a buyer's market. But look where we are, 52 days in all of Southern California. 3-year average below that, 68 days is the 3-year average. All right, and breaking it down by county, LA went from 30 days to 55 days time on market. Orange County 20 to 48, Riverside 21 to 50, San Bernardino 28 to 64, San Diego 18 to 42, Ventura 20 to 52. So they've all more than doubled, except for LA, which is almost doubled. And even with that, we still have such a lack of inventory. So you need that perspective for your buyers that are thinking, okay, I'm just going to go beat up a seller now. Well, let's look at the market, arm them with the facts, and they will be empowered to make the right decision. Demand, 3-year average 17, we're about 14. So we're like we've been talking about, we're a little bit below on demand. But here's the good news. This is so predictable going forward. Take any population size, whether it's in Texas, Seattle, Southern California, Orange County has what, 5 million plus people. You have a predictable number of sales that are going to happen like clockwork over and over and over. So 14,000 right now, closings a month is 28,000 transaction sides just in Orange County closing, or excuse me, in Southern California, 28,000 transaction sides closing every month. Do you think there's abundance there for you? Heck yeah. Just be part of that 28,000 transactions that are happening every month. The residential real estate is this the gift that keeps on giving because everybody's got to live somewhere. So this is our opportunity. I hope this is helpful. We want to keep arming you with stats so that you can be the knowledge broker. And we're going to all grow together. Thanks. Who's next?
I think it's me.
Okay, Mike, good morning, buddy. And like John said, look, Mike Taylors don't exist in companies. I work with the biggest legal departments on the planet. Nobody in any of those departments came close to Mike's skill or his passion. And so, Mike, thank you for all you do for everybody.
Well, it's my pleasure. That's because I'm not a lawyer.
You're a law school guy and a realtor.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's different. Listen, guys, this is an amazing market, but I know that every one of us every day are faced with the question, is this market and is this downturn like the last one that was so very painful in 2008 and 2009? And I'm here to tell you that this housing downturn is nothing like the last one. And let me give you some reasons why. Okay, I did send out an email early this morning with a link for everybody, so you can take a look at it. But let's just talk about a number of factors. FICO scores right now, on average, for the 53.5 million first trust deed loans in the United States, the average is 751. In 2010, that average was 699. Okay, so that's how great the market has changed. The other thing is that today's equity for homeowners is truly at an all-time high. Do you know that right now that the total mortgage debt to value average in the United States is only 43%? 43%. That compares to 1 in 4 homeowners and borrowers who were underwater in just 2011. Think about how much that's changed. We just have only 2.5% of our total borrowers in the United States and homeowners have less than 10% equity in their homes. That's nothing at all. Do you know that the rates of our risk of our loans is at an all-time low? There are only 2.5 million adjustable rate mortgages right now in the United States, or about 10%. Okay, that total used to be in 2007 13.1 million. We've gone from 13.1 million adjustable rate mortgages to only 2.5 million. That's how much this market has improved. Okay, and additionally, mortgage delinquencies, which is really a precursor to both inventory and downward pressure on pricing. Mortgage delinquencies are under 3% nationally. It is the lowest in recorded history.
Woohoo!
Keep that in mind. Guys, delinquencies on mortgage are the lowest in recorded history, okay? Again, you know, what's happening with lenders right now, just so you know, that for the last, you know, several years since 2009, since Dodd-Frank was passed, they've all been relatively stringent with their underwriting guidelines. Well, with the interest rate rise and the refinance market basically falling off the cliff, lenders now, in order to increase demand to make loans, they actually have to start looking at adjusting their common sense underwriting practices. So we're in an environment now where lenders are actually going to adjust those underwriting practices. And that's going to mean that certain borrowers are now going to be able to borrow where they couldn't before. Okay. And that too is going to help drive demand in this marketplace. Okay. Right now we do have rising inventory. Okay. And typically rising inventory will cool down price appreciation. But so far this year, we've still averaged in the nation a double-digit pace in price increases. Think about that. People say, well, I'm going to wait for the market to come down. Well, if you would have said that in January, the market would already be up 14%. Okay, that's just to keep that in mind. So that particular factor right now is not going to impact negative valuations on prices. And guys, it's so incredibly important that you understand these numbers, because when you share this with your buyer and your seller, two things happen. The buyers realize the sky's not falling, and the sellers realize that it's still a great market to sell into. You know, so you don't have 20 offers and you have 5. Do you really think that matters in terms of your price? You know, it doesn't. You know, so if you have rising interest rates, I mean, I remember buying an REO in 1981, and I negotiated 12% on my mortgage, and I thought I robbed the bank. Okay, these rates are so historically low, even at their current rate, even at their current levels. So keep in mind, we just have a great market right now. Don't let the naysayers take you away from it, and just hit it head on and share these numbers with your clients, because it will help them adjust their expectations consistent, not with where they want the market to be, not where some people say the market's going, but actually where the market is. So please do that. I want to share one other thing with you, and I'm going to read this, but I think this is really important. Okay. And this is really about perseverance, because we are all in a field where it's incredibly important that we get up every day and we have an attitude of perseverance, as Scott has said. So I'm going to read this to you. He lost his job in 1832. He was defeated for the state legislature in 1832. He had a business and it failed in 1833. He was elected finally to the state legislature in 1834. In 1835, the love of his life died. He had a nervous breakdown in 1836. He was defeated for Speaker in 1838. He was defeated for the nomination of Congress in 1843. He was elected to Congress in 1846. He lost the renomination in 1848. He was rejected in his local state to be the land officer in 1849. He was defeated for the United States Senate in 1854. He was defeated for the election of vice president in 1856. Again, he was defeated for the US Senate in 1858. Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860 and 1864. Think of where our country would be if this one man stopped. Think about that, okay? We are where we are today because this man never gave up. And guys, if he's not going to give up, either should we. So let's go out there and let's do what we have to do. Let's make it our mantra that every time we get knocked down, we get back up. And every time we get back up smarter than we were before we got knocked down. Because that is how you succeed. And I thank you guys. I love you guys. One minor thing is that this gets into details. We are in the process of redoing our our business affiliation disclosure. That'll be out to you in a few days. When you get it, make sure you use that one and not the old one. Anyway, keep it up. Thanks, everybody. And call me anytime. I'm happy to help.
That is great stuff, Mike. Well, that is great stuff. I know you sent the article out this morning. Would you mind sending the bullet points out as well?
Yeah, I'm creating those. I'm creating it right now. Just so you guys know, I'm creating a newsletter that I'm going to send out to 10,000 people. Okay. And that newsletter is going to be the bullet points about why this market's not like it was the last time. Okay. And so it'll all be bullet points and all that. And then I'll create the bullet points from the article.
All right. Thank you so much. Great stuff.
Hi, everyone. I think it's my turn. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things, kind of start from the bottom here because there's a few things I wanted to pull up. So as everyone knows, if you've missed a couple of meetings, we all have .com emails now. We also are working towards moving all of our ancillary companies. So Agent Elevated, Agent Mortgage, all 40 of them over to a .com domain. So I spent a lot of this week and last week kind of moving some of the people that are running these divisions, their emails over safely. I also wanted to let you know that if you haven't read the new magazine, issue 1 of 2022, which is also my background, you can go on agentinc.com or any of our websites, and you'll see that there's a little pop-up on the right-hand corner. If you'd like to personalize that, you can just scan the QR code that I've placed on the agenda today. I also did want to reiterate that if you have your .com email, so for example, if I'm using lauren@agentinc.com in the MLS as my contact information email, then for every listing that I get, I will get automated marketing sent to my email. So that's a postcard, a brochure, an e-card, just already sent to my email and ready to go out. This is really helpful for those of us that have a ton of listings and we're constantly emailing the marketing department to get all of these items completed for us. It'll actually just be automatically sent to you. So again, if you have your .com email, so your agentinc.com email set as your contact information in the MLS, you're going to get a whole suite of marketing that's sent to you when you input a listing into the MLS. So give it about 48 hours to send that all over to you. I also did want to kind of give a little hack. Real estate's completely different than it has been throughout the years. I think 20 years ago, you weren't scanning, people were more delegating down. You'll see these bigger companies like Compass and some of their competitors and things like that. They have a lot, they're very top heavy on their staff, right? So people are always delegating down to their staff. So that's why at Agent Inc, it's super important that you have all these tools in front of you because a lot of this is automated for you. Such as our CRM, being able to upload our recruiting campaign. If you wanted to bring someone into the company, we'll get it set up for you. You just have to set up your CRM. And similarly to that, if you would like to upload your farm area into AI Touch, it's very easy to get set up on a drip campaign. So it's all automated for you, including that little hack with the MLS being able to send all those marketing materials as well. I also wanted to, I know I've shared this before, but if you go on your Notes app on iPhone, so it's that little yellow app, it's called Notes. I just wanted to let everyone know that they have a PDF scanner on there. That's super helpful as well. I know a lot of us are always on the go. So if you're out and about and you're looking to scan a document either to a client or to yourself, there's a little button that you can press on there and it'll scan a PDF. So instead of going to an office to go use the scanner, you actually have one right there on your smartphone. So it's a very helpful tip. Marketing update. So we are working on the newest version, which is our summer issue of Elevated magazine. So we're almost done with that. I'm hoping to wrap that up hopefully the first week of July with our marketing team. Joe and Katie and Rachel and I are all working very hard on it. We have a couple more interviews to go. If you have any listings that are coming up and you'd like to submit, please submit them by the end of this month. So we can try to get them in as well. We also did just hire a sales rep for Elevated magazine. Her name is Demetria. So we are working with her to kind of expand on our brand. And then as far as getting the word out about Agent Inc., John, I'm not sure if you saw this. I sent it to you and Scott this morning. We did just announce our press release in Washington this morning. So it went to Yahoo Finance, Benzinga, I believe it's called, all of the news outlets. So it says for just Washington alone, there's a potential audience of 117 million, and similarly to Texas. So that's really helping to increase us on our Google kind of SEO. If people are searching for Agent Inc. or for real estate companies, we're going to start becoming one of those top searches on there. So that's really good news as far as marketing and PR goes. Yeah, so that's my small but mighty update for today. And if anyone has any questions, of course, we're here for you. In Texas and all of these states, Nevada, that we're opening. I know we're kind of growing like crazy in all these states, but I just wanted to reassure everyone that we are completely here for you, your marketing team, and just please allow up to about 48 hours if you're requesting a proof from us. But I'll turn it over to Jerry.
Hi, everybody. So Lauren said something towards the end of her sharing, which was small but mighty. And I don't think we need to put the small in there. We have a mighty marketing department, and so much of what we do, I think we owe to a great deal of support we get from this marketing team. And they are growing, they are expanding to meet our needs as a company. And, you know, this comes at a time when a lot of real estate companies, as John pointed out, are cutting back, and we're not. We're growing. We have our foot on the gas, and we have our foot on the gas in commercial. And, you know, I was reflecting on hearing Deborah speak, and Deborah and I have spoken over the years, last couple of years, about strategic growth and what she wanted, and she went out and got it. And I'm so proud and happy for her success. And it's because she wasn't focused on transactions. She was focused on a strategic plan. How can she get to where she wants to go? And now I'll tell you without hesitation, she's working with some of the biggest clients on the planet. And a lot of that comes from our marketing. A lot of it comes from tenacity. A lot of it comes from our technical support from Scott and Mike. It comes from being under John's gigantic umbrella of fame and a reputation for being successful in real estate. And now our marketing, our commercial department has really worked the same way Deborah has. We've worked with a strategic focus rather than a transactional focus. We didn't worry about the next deal. We worried about building a foundation. And now, if you don't know this, it bears repeating. We've got a digital suite for commercial. We have a mentorship program. We have a referral program. We have a partnership program. And we have research that will help with financial analytics and an enhancement on or an addition to our marketing department that has some commercial focus. So all of this translates to, guess what? It translates to transactions, and these transactions come and they start stacking up. It's just like 40 days of farming. If you put together a plan, they will come. Well, this is happening today, now, in a big, big way in commercial. And part of it is that we set a focus on family offices. We built relationships so that we can handle any transaction of any size on this planet. We are looking at billion-dollar deals, and folks like Rich Tyrell are bringing them to us. We're looking at them. We're saying, okay, what do we have the capability of doing? And you know what? The capability is not the issue. It's the analytics. It's what makes a good investment. And when we present these to our clients, we gain loyalty from them. And that's the repeat. That's where the repeat business comes. That's why these family offices are counting on us, because they've counted on us in working with luxury, but now they're recognizing that we can be a huge value add to their team and building their wealth. And that's what commercial is all about. So I just want you to recognize that we have some skills, depth, and talent that are building every single day. We've got new agents that I would love to have part of our team that are on the call today. But you look at guys like Bob Taylor, who's just a class act when it comes to leases. We welcome Dr. Fabio Trujillo, who has got such a depth of knowledge in commercial and international transactions. And because guess what? International, right here in our backyard, we have international buyers coming, and they are drawn to our market like a magnet. Well, that goes two ways. And that's where we're so grateful to have Dr. Fabian with us. Sean Halen, who heads up our family office and development team, is working on hundreds of millions of dollars in transactions, and he's partnering with our residential agents to create this partnership synergy and referral network. Janet Anderson, who's doing great with our offices, Mac Delaney, who's doing great with office and gas stations and various retail. And of course, we have a world-class supporter in Paul Dolkus in the restaurant business. And we are now one of the top agencies when it comes to hotels. And this is a thriving market right now. You'll see news articles about how interest rates may be cooling it down a little bit, but you know what? That's okay. It's okay to cool down because it is an overheated market. And so people are still building, people are still at capacity do you realize that the city of Laguna Beach has as many visitors per year as Disneyland, as Anaheim? And look at all the hotels around there. Well, look at all the hotels that are being built up and expanded in up and down the coast in Newport, right in our areas of core competence, right in our areas where people recognize us for luxury. Well, they're recognizing us for commercial. And I would encourage you, and I'll close with this, I really encourage you to not be focused on transactions, but be focused on building a strategy on your business, because this is your business. And we have the best mentor in the world in John McMonagle. Look at what he's done. He created a strategy of where he wanted to take this company, which we are all the beneficiaries of. Brought in people like Mike Taylor, Scott McDonald to help execute that. Layla, the list goes on and on and on. And so for Shada, May, Todd Priest, Lauren, Deb Linden, Rosie, you guys are all working on commercial jobs, and you're all working with the resources that have been put in place thanks to our founder. So we're in a good place, gang, and we're going to continue to grow. And I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So my phone's open, text, call, whatever you need. Let's get you out there and support you so that you're successful and your success continues. So with that, I will pass it off to Christine, who is bringing some incredible resources to Agent Inc. and talk about strategy. Boy, this woman has it. So Christine, you're next.
Hi, good morning, everyone. And Jerry, thank you for the segue, because today I want to just remind everybody, if you have not purchased or received the 40 Days of Farming book, I encourage you to do so. Just to give you some highlights. So in 40 Days of Farming, we have on day 32, John talks about 20 calls and 10 business cards go out daily. So an excellent chapter of exactly what Deb talked about today, her success in cold calling. So we have it right here in 40 Days of Farming. There's 6 chapters on networking, which I think is very, very important in today's market. We have the Blueprint for Success, where John goes over really looking at and reflecting on your business. And then most important is defining yourself and who you are as an agent. And there's an excellent exercise in 40 Days of Farming. So if you haven't got the book, you can always reach out to me. I can get you the book. And then we also have the 40 Days of Farming course, which there's videos added and additional workbook. So definitely take a look. I think this is the right time. And if, again, any questions, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you and take you through the course if you're interested. Okay, that's what I have. Thank you, everybody.
Do we have Kim Ornelas on? Kim, are you with us?
Hey, while we've got Christine, I just wanted to mention, thanks for all your work, both you and Lauren, in helping Agent Elevated come to life. I spent a lot of time, well, 30 minutes playing around with it yesterday. I keep it open on my computer, but I'm just so excited about the way Agent Elevated is growing. And it's exciting for me to see so many of our agents taking advantage of it and joining groups. And, you know, I'd love your feedback on it. We're going to take it to an app pretty soon. So it'll be easier to post things. You know, everything obviously on your phone is a little bit easier. But, you know, we just want to work out the bugs, make sure we're optimizing the structure of it all before we take it to the app. So your feedback would be greatly appreciated. But I'm really enjoying it. I think there's going to be a lot of future benefit. We've been able to drop news feeds in from Inman and Riz Media, and it's just getting more exciting to play around with it every day. Our Virtual Results, who builds our websites, they're going to start dropping organic leads into Agent Elevated for you guys to pick up on. And so, you know, I really want it to be something that you leave open on your phone, you leave open on your computer, just because there's so many exciting and synergetic things happening on Agent Elevated. So if you haven't logged on and joined some groups, please do that. And please send me your feedback. I'd love to hear what you think it's missing or opportunities that could be on that platform. So thank you, Christine. You guys are doing an amazing job with that. Kim, are you there? She's busy. I think she's got like 3 escrows closing today. So her head's down, probably closing out some files. But Kim, in your absence, thank you for all you do for us. We really appreciate your strength, your organization, and having a strong internal escrow company is so important. Well, guys, anybody want to add anything before we close out?
I think you're closing today, John.
Well, I love you guys. I'll be in town. We're flying in Thursday, leaving early, kind of mid next week for Hawaii. But hopefully I get to see you, shake your hand, and just look forward to being with you guys here in a couple days.
Love it.
That'd be awesome.
All right, guys. Well, listen, go sell them. Let's have a great day.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you.
Thanks,
Mm.
Christy.
See you guys later.